Yes. Since shocking the world yesterday, a lot of people were like, mouth dropped to the floor when they read the title of the video. Then people tried to use their power to shut it down. So the people kept the video going strong, while they tried to limit distribution of the video. Nope, he ain't in the G League. They sent him to a developmental skill camp. The NBA have these skill camps that's set up to help improve players that are like young so they can work on their skills. It's developmental skill camps. It's not the G League, so he's not playing in a league or anything. You just basically work on your skills at these camps. They sent them, like when you hear them say, we sending players down for development, like they normally would send them to a skill camp, especially if they seem like, look, we're marketing you. We're spending a lot of money on you. And the product you're putting out is not worth the money we're spending. So they got to try to make him something that he's not. You're getting motion sickness already in the video. We barely moving. Damn. Oh, my shirt. Black Godfather. Yeah, I was wore out, man. After the Atlanta game, I was going to do a StreamYard. Then I just crashed and went to sleep, man. I was tired. Yeah, so here's the thing. I want it to be known, so that's why I said, here's the thing. What's up, Cam? Well, now he's got to spend time instead of just hanging out and chilling and doing little BS stuff. Most of it with him is mental. So he's going to have to make some choices and some decisions that he's probably uncomfortable with. I like the fact that I didn't have to tell a lot of you guys to hit the like button. I appreciate that in this video. Thank you. Man, I think what's going to happen with Ben is going to happen with a lot of athletes is they're going to start sending these people to camp. Because for a long time, people were still saying that Ben Simmons was better than Trae Young. Now, because of, like I say, playoffs make people stars. Stars are born in the playoffs. Now, because of the playoffs, you bring a question like that up. Of course, Trae Young. That's retarded. Who would think that? Y'all did. Because they sold y'all a bill of goods. And mostly everybody in Philly. But Ben set a record. He had the lowest free throw percentage in the history of the NBA playoffs. Unbelievable. Instead of Ben Simmons, Ben missing. I like that. The fans in Philly want him gone. The organization don't believe that they're going to get good value for him if they trade him. So they got to build him up in development. Then they could probably move him. He was supposed to play for Australia in the Tokyo Olympics. The NBA shut that down. They said you can't go playing in the Tokyo Olympics. Hell no. After what you just put out there, you're going to go play in the Olympics? No. You need to be in developmental camp right now, working on your skills. Some of the G League players make $25,000, $30,000, some $40,000 a year. They get paid pennies on the dollar. Let's just say Kwame Brown probably on YouTube is making a lot more than probably a whole team of G League players. A storm coming? It's a storm now. But there's a lot of people that would kill to make that $24,000 or $30,000 a year or season for the opportunity to go to the league, get a contract, guaranteed $1 million contract. You just want to play. Now, Ben Simmons can dribble the ball. Ben Simmons can keep the ball, protected. He's 6'10". He moves his feet defensively. His problem is the mental aspect of the game when it comes to decision making. His unwillingness to be aggressive in those type of situations. Aggressive don't mean scoring people. That's what some of these fake analysts who never play the game of basketball, they believe. You got to be aggressive and go in and score. It's not about scoring. When you're aggressive, you're presenting yourself as a threat on the court. So they have to pay attention to you and take you seriously. That's what being aggressive about. But if you're being passive, they're not worried about you. If they know you're not looking to go in and try to score the ball at all, you're no threat to them. And then they say, well, Ben Simmons, the thing with him is he make everyone else better on the team. So when he's on the floor, he's making everything better. I don't know if that's true. Because in those clutches, in those stretches where they lost those games, he wasn't making anyone better. They're not going to be better if you're not making it easier on them. You're making it harder. Because if you're not being an aggressive threat, they don't have to take you seriously. That means there's more pressure on those other 4 players that's on the court because they're concerned about them. And the guy that's supposed to be defending you is locked in on them. So all the pressure is on the other 4 guys. Now, to me, Maxey should have that spot next season. Maxey should be the starting point guard for the Philadelphia 76ers. The rookie showed out, and he showed more maturity and more poise than Ben Simmons has shown in 4 years. Now, I don't know how he's going to get the courage to shoot because it's mental. Now, you could work on his shooting mechanics. I don't think too much is wrong with his shooting mechanics. It's just a mental thing in his head where he's not aggressive. I don't know if it's an Aussie thing. He doesn't want to go to the hole because he doesn't want to get fouled and he doesn't want to shoot free throws. Like that time he held the ball. He cost me my money. Because he held the ball and they fouled him. I'll never forgive him for that game. And they put him on the free throw line where he's going to miss both free throws. I'm like, why the hell would you hold on to that ball? All you had to do was give it to somebody else, and Russell Westbrook fouled him. I'm mad as hell. If he would have hit one, I would have won the money. You're paying a guy $33 million a year, and you got to take him out in the 4th quarter. What good is he to you? Might as well trade that guy. To play a guy that's making $2 million a year. As Uncle Frank stated before, Ben Simmons had other guys at LSU who people were worried about. Gotta have my gummies. They wasn't worried about Ben Simmons. Now, let's talk about Alex Caruso. Or Dopey. All is explained now. So Dopey was in Texas. And don't forget to hit the like button up. So Dopey was in Texas and decided that he wanted to get high. Well, he figured the season's over. You know, what the hell? He didn't know that it's illegal. Now, let me be the first one to tell you this is one thing that I don't do that I am totally against, that I think is the cause of the downfall of the blacks in America: weed. Weed smoke has been the demise of black men. It has led to the demise of us. Once we start smoking on a consistent basis, it started to bring us down as a people. There was always alcoholics. And alcohol is bad, but why does weed smokers always run to alcohol as their defense, knowing y'all drink too? Alcohol is worse than weed. Yeah, well, alcohol never made people say, man, you know what? I'm just not gonna do that. Alcoholism or alcoholics are different than people that have a drink. Like there's people that gamble, but that don't make them gambling addicts. Gambling addict could be out there all day and night. Well, you don't. There's not ways to really attribute to a lot of people's homicides with weed. Weed is a gateway that leaves most people susceptible to trying other means to getting higher. People that smoke, they have memory fogs. They've caused accidents at work, car accidents. It messes with your mind. You forget things. You eat. You get sleepy. And people smoke and drive. Now they didn't use it in replace of cigarettes. So there's many ways that these smoking has led to demise of people. And us as a race, I know weed is responsible for a lot of activity and us being susceptible to accepting ignorance. Because I've seen the change. It wasn't until Dr. Dre's The Chronic did weed smoking become popular. It's the truth. It is the absolute truth. Now, people smoke joints and all this stuff and reefer, but they were shamed in places. They tried to lock Rick James up for lighting up on stage. Rick smoked all the time. And they tried to lock him up in every city he went to because they heard he smoked. That's how serious it was back then. Wait till you see that story. Oh yeah, on the Patreon, we do have Steven Jackson's his wife and the divorce and what happened, and we also have legal papers there. Yeah, but Friday, the Chronic was out way before Friday came out. Friday came out in what, 95, 96? Dr. Dre, The Chronic, came out in 92. And it popularized smoking. Smoking was done in private. People would roll up their little tops or whatever and go somewhere and smoke a joint. They had to hide it. People saw them smoking. It was, oh, he's smoking real. It was a real big thing, especially in black communities and households. It was shamed. I'm talking about blacks. You talking about Cypress Hill. Now, them smoking and everything else, they just was called hippies. That's it. Hippies with microphones. It was a bunch of hippies. That's what they used to call them. You mean why I dropped the anvil on his head? He kept asking for it. And it's Matty Patty turn next. He gonna get it tonight. I'm dropping the anvil on people's heads, man. The thing is that they dropping them themselves. I'm not making nothing up on them. So Matty Patty, the next one to get it. I got his anvil right over his head. See, I play chess. This is chess moves. And they didn't back themselves in there, and that was checkmate. Now we didn't checkmate him. Now I'm on to the other checkerboard. And I already got this fool in check. Now I'm gonna cut his anvil down. And it's gonna fall right on his head. And they should have left me alone. Oh, they know now that they should have left me alone. I dared Jack to come out and challenge it. Well, smoking weed has brought down the black community, and it has totally dulled the minds of teenagers alike. So Caruso smoking weed and getting caught, you know how I'm gonna feel about it, because if you're willing to risk millions of dollars to throw it away because you need to smoke weed, you have some mental problem or some type of imbalance. That is, smoking is that much important to you. Then do it on the privacy of your own time. Now, whatever he do off the clock, but if he's under rules and guidelines, even in the off season, he can't be smoking and all this stuff, then he got to follow it. But they know that the head and the face of their league is a damn pothead. He talk like a damn pothead. Yep. Yeah, my son was on the video. His son got busted on a video. Somebody posted a video of his son smoking up. And he was more mad about the video being posted than his son smoking. His underage son smoking. Yep. See, that's it. No more new people around. See, try to be nice and try to open up, let people around you. Nope. Can't let people around your family. They do you like this every time. What? Now, see, people in our generation, no daddy was finna tolerate that smoking. That belt was coming out. Even if he was smoking, you bet not smoke. You do as I say, not as I do. Well, that's why you have an opioid crisis. because brothers start smoking more. Can you think you can give opioids to a person who don't smoke? Everybody who take opioids at least smoke weed too. You ask anybody out there, weed was probably their first drug. Now opioids are. They prescribed opioids as a young age. Yeah, me and Kwame differ on this because he probably grew up smoking. I'm against smoking. I'm against tattoos. But one thing about me and Kwame is we are alpha males. We don't have to agree on every single thing. We agree on main issues. But if somebody wants to smoke, hey, that's their prerogative. I won't be a party to it. So if I tell my kid down the road, like, hey, he be Pop, you know you smoked. I'll be like, don't matter what I did, and I never smoked a day in my life. Never saw me smoking no weed. Nah, no earrings. I'm a man. What I need an earring for? I'm an original man. That's why I can go. That's why Floyd Mayweather and me, we have that in common. Floyd don't have any earrings, no ear piercings, no tattoos. Don't drink, don't smoke. Now my thing is, why you get tattoos for? What you need them for? What is a tattoo gonna do for you? But people are susceptible to getting them because their minds ain't right because they smoking too damn much. You can be smart and smoke yourself dumb. Yeah, I know most of these listeners on here smoke because it became fashionable. Smoking weed became popular now. I told you when Dr. Dre dropped the Chronic, that's when it became popular to smoke weed. People were smoking weed, ain't thinking, "Oh, I'm smoking the Chronic." They'd be like, "That's really a bunch of dirt and leaves." But they're gonna tell you, the seller's gonna tell you it's the Chronic. Spraying roach spray on the weed. Ooh, this got a kick to it. Yeah, that's the Chronic. It's hitting, ain't it? Yeah, they selling you dirt. You smoking pesticides. And now people are passing away because of this fentanyl. They're putting it in your drugs. They're putting it even in marijuana now. And that stuff is lethal. All for the greater high. The greater the high, the greater the yield. And they're making money on your demise because of your need to get high. That's when we start getting into more trouble with the law, crime going up. Before, it was communities. 88, 89, everybody was Black Power. You started foundations, charity organizations, unified. 91, 92, unified. Then came 93, 94, 95, 96. Everybody's smoking. Everybody got to get high. Everybody's got to get blowed. And that's all they cared about. Selfishness started to creep in. Nobody wanted to be around anybody. They afraid somebody gonna try to smoke up their weed, so they gotta hide from people and smoke. All this selfishness going on. And now we're just like all the other hippies. All the white dude hippies who just used to smoke and surf. Dude, I got this bong. They were, what's a bong? Next thing you know, now they smoking with the hippie. Sitting there, man, this bong thing is great. Now all y'all got bongs. So all y'all brothers then turned into hippies. I got that new pack of Bob Marley and them dudes, man. They could be used car salesmen the way they sell that stuff. Yeah, man, look at this, man. I got this. Yeah, this that new Scotty weed. Yeah, beam me up to Scotty, baby. Man, 3 puffs and you're dead. Yeah, but it don't stop there. Don't stop there. Nope, nope. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, this is like pillows, baby. This that purple haze. Yeah, on that Jimi Hendrix stuff. Boy, put you right out. There you go. There you go. But it don't stop there. Don't stop there. You want that sweet candy smell? Smell that. It smell like blueberry muffins, baby. Yeah, it came from the blueberry apps, baby. Yeah, smoke that, boy. It's like you just running through the trees and the flowers. Just floating on air. But it don't stop there. Don't stop there. They just keep coming. They keep coming with more and more stuff. Now, if your mind is sharp and you've been around an environment that this didn't allow that, I was blessed to grow up in an environment that nobody was smoking. My family, like cigarettes, nothing. My grandfather smoked half a Tampa Sweets and his cigar, and he never did it in the house. Always outside, but never in the house. There was none of my uncles smoked. My aunties didn't smoke. My mom don't smoke. Nothing. No tattoos. None of this stuff was in our family. So I was blessed to be above nonsense. Y'all start getting high and start getting all these tattoos that don't mean nothing the day after you get it. Just looking ridiculous. Got tattoos all on your hands now, looking like your hands ain't been washed in weeks. I'm like, what does that look good at? Like, what is that like? Man, this look good. I'm gonna get my hand tattooed. You know what tattoos really got their mark at? Prison. You want to look like a prisoner? That's what's gonna do it for you? Looking like somebody in prison? You know where pants sagging came from? Prison. Because you're not allowed to have a belt. So people pants was sagging. They came home with sagging pants. Y'all made it a style. You looking like the place you finna end up. And as parents, how you gonna tell your kid to fly the straight and narrow and you sitting over there all tatted up, smoking a blunt? Yeah. Stay out my stash. Buy your own. It's like, come on, man. We have to do better. We saw when it was working and we were doing better and we had more. This is how they allowed to take stuff out the schools. Because you too damn high to pay attention. They taking stuff right from under your nose. You, huh? What happened to those rights? Yeah, I wondered what happened to that. When we supposed to do something about that? Yeah, we're going to do something about that. We're going to go to that meeting. That was 3 weeks ago. Damn. 3? What today is? Oh, we'll get the next one. How y'all let this happen? And then y'all make an excuse for wanting to have to smoke. Man, I got this pain, man. I got this mental thing, man. It needs to keep me calm. You gotta smoke. There's teas that can keep you calm. There's herbal teas that can keep you calm. If you got temper problems, there's teas, herbs and teas that can keep you calm and relaxed so you don't go off the edge. If you got temper problems, you ain't got to get high. You want to get high. Then they'll give us that, man, it's from the earth, man. Weed is from the earth. So is poison ivy. Does that mean you're supposed to smoke it? Not everything that grows from the ground you're supposed to eat. Now we'll get back to Ben the Bus Simmons. Don't worry about that. We'll get back to him. Now, that just needed to be said because people was like, you didn't give the same energy. Why y'all ain't giving Alex Caruso the same energy you give these other guys? I'm like, I ain't Stephen A. Smith. I ain't on ESPN. He gets the same treatment as anybody else that smoke. But he's a role player. He's a goofy. He only matters in LA to the Lakers. In the league, nobody worried about no Alex Caruso. Y'all only talking about Alex Caruso because he's on a team with LeBron. Man, Caruso guy. I'm like, Caruso? Who the hell is he? Who the hell is Caruso? I don't think one person has made a video about Caruso probably ever. This is probably the most attention he ever gonna get. Now, Ben Simmons is going into a developmental skill league by the NBA. And the reason why Ben is going into the developmental league, and man, hit the like button. Jeez. All this time I was talking, I didn't even realize. I just looked at the likes like, geez, y'all didn't even hit the like button up. I probably got a bunch of hate because he talking about weed. I'm smoking and listening to you now. Damn, now I feel bad. You done messed up my high, you know. Gotta put this out. I gotta tell them, Larry. I ain't got no choice but to tell them the truth. They don't want to listen. But like I said, I was blessed. I grew up around a foundation, a strong foundation. Some people didn't. You know, they grew up in a condition where their mom and dad both was smoking. You know, putting liquor in their bottle so they can go to sleep early. Man, that boy won't go to sleep. Put a little liquor in there. Put a little liquor in that bottle. That'll put him out. Yeah, look. Yeah. He gonna sleep like a champ. All right. You know, so oh man, I tried to do part 3 and they took it down. Like they had enabled my thing to do live streams. So I got it working now. So we're gonna do part 3. I was gonna do it that Tuesday. They don't want y'all to see that. Well, Ben was gonna play for Australia in the Tokyo Olympics, and he was gonna play for Australia. So he ain't got to qualify to make the dream team in Australia. He's gonna play for Australia. Clutch Sports and everybody around him was like, "We don't think that's a good idea, Ben. You should go into developmental league and work on your game because this is a very critical time. You are getting burnt at both ends of the candle." And they watching everybody else going over there. Well, it's world counseling. Thanks, Rob. Now, people grow up smoking, that's just a thing. I mean, it was just the downfall of our community as blacks. Smoking weed led to the downfall of all of it. People used to keep their homes clean, like clean, clean. They became lazy slobs. You don't want to work for nothing. You're feeling more entitled, waiting for people to do stuff for you instead of going out and doing it yourself. All of that was robbed. Your ambition to ever go out to achieve goals, these things were robbed. You were just okay to say settle for things. And once they knew they had this weapon against you that you loved so much, they wanted to make more of it. Alcohol never robbed people of their ambition, but you want to make weed versus alcohol. How about this? Don't do either. Why do you think the NBA has a rule for smoking? Y'all want the players high on the court. Man, they should be allowed to smoke. Well, the league say they don't agree. You want somebody out there to have to remember X's and O's and run plays, and you got guys traveling at high speeds, coming down the lane. Nobody want to see no high basketball player trying to figure things out in fast motion. You in there in the huddle high. All right, we won the Z16715X. Let's go. All right, remember, go X. Everything moving so fast. Hey, man, slow this down. What you call a timeout for, man? Everybody just flying around like on magic brooms, man. I'm like, slow down. This light, man. This light is too bright. Coach, can they turn it down? Well, that's what you call the timeout for? Yeah, man. They bugging today. This is why, right? You saw high players on the court, and you saw how their game just disappeared completely. J.R. Spliff, you saw what happened to him. Smoked himself right out of the league. My depiction of smoking is bad. No, I just remember before people were smoking and what they look like. Now you got 25-year-olds looking like they going on their 50th birthday. Maybe happy 50th. 50th, man. I'm 24. Lips all black and purple. They don't even match their face. They don't even realize what they look like anymore. Reginald Lee, you probably just 19 years old. Talking about my lips still purple. I mean pink. Cause you probably using a bong. All you young guys are turned into hippies. Now we talked about Caruso. Pothead don't realize that it's illegal. No matter how much they trying to do, now they making money off of it by putting a barcode on the marijuana. Every time America's in trouble, they use illegal things and turn them legal to make money off of them. Because people, there's no more manufacturing here. This used to be a manufacturing country. We don't manufacture anything anymore. There's no more General Motors. There's no more US Steel. So all the mills, factories are closed. That's why I put places like Ohio is like dead, Cleveland dead, Steel Town, all these places that had steel mills, they're all closed. These were the biggest companies in the nation. US Steel, General Motors, 1 and 2. All that's gone. Now the number one company is like Walmart and Google. What do they make? Nothing. We are now a distribution country. We distribute products from all other countries. Whoever makes has the power. Whoever's manufacturing, that's who has the power. We have no power. We don't. China's going to pass us in 3 years. We will not be the highest grossing country in the world no more. In 3 years, China will surpass us. They will be the mega power. They're working on a bridge to go to London, to where they don't even have to go through the United States anymore. They can go directly to England. They got all the money in the world because they manufacture. When you see the train go by, look up at those trains and how much you're going to see China in big words on one of those freights. You don't see it a lot on all those trains that's holding you up. Look up and see China. All the stuff in your house is probably from China, made in China. Your washing machines, you bought it in the United States, but it's made from someplace else. No, you don't manufacture money. You print money. It's not manufacturing it. You think that holds power? Printed money means nothing. They can have a digital number. You go to the bank right now, I could make a digital account where you don't even have to physically touch money and it appears. You have a cash app, right? Everybody has a cash app. That's all digital money. It goes from one bank account to another. No paper money's ever printed. You just see a number up there, and that's what it is. Some people can add numbers to it, and it's there. That's not manufacturing. I'm gonna put it on the Patreon today. I'm gonna show you Saddam Hussein's money. How much is that printed money worth right now today? Nothing. Y'all have no idea what really goes on in this world because y'all spend too much time getting high. Just the way they wanted you to be. See, before, people used to protest. They paid attention to government regulations and rules. We knew the laws. That's how you had Black Panther parties. That's how you had all these things going in the different directions and favors. Some people are just dumb. It's not that weed makes you dumb. Weed takes away your ambition. It takes away focus. You don't pay bills, you forget. You forget to do things. You get high. You forget to even clean. You don't even care about cleaning no more. You're like, screw it. You're too busy being high. Your clothes smell like weed. You don't iron no more. You don't keep your house tidy. You don't even care about your kids no more. Really, your ambition is nothing but to just settle, be passive to everything, and just laxed all the damn time. And your ambition is to just go out and find more weed. I know a guy riding around on a suspended license. All he had to do was go to court and pay the money. Had the money. Still wouldn't do it. He kept getting pulled over for tickets. Oh, yeah, man, that's still there? Yeah, still suspended license. You got to pay your license. Damn, man. Don't I got to go to the mail? The guy said, all you got to do is go down here, fill it out, do that on your next day off or whatever. You got 24 hours to get it done. All right, I'm going to do it. The cops know him. They sit there and wait. They was like, this guy's driving on a suspended plate. Just sit right here. Then they impounded the dude's car. Damn, dog. They impounded my ride, man. I'm driving on a suspended license. Got the money. Just didn't want to feel like going down there and taking care of what he had to take care of. Now, you do have people that are functioning potheads. And for those, you guys are what they call the exception to the rule. Okay? Now, it's just like a crackhead. They was like, man, people who smoke crack, they just think they just hang out in the alley. No, crackheads are very productive in life. They're the hardest workers. I know corporations that encourage people to smoke crack because they're gonna do in sales. Yeah, a majority of all of them were crackheads because they need to be on the phones dialing. Yeah, yeah, because a crackhead knows they got to get that high, and they can't get that high if they don't have that money. So they got to make money, but everybody else that don't, I'm leaving at 5 anyway. Crackhead gonna be like, man, I need another sale. I gotta get my fix. Oh, come on, you gotta do it. You gotta. I mean, a crackhead will turn into a whole different person. Will learn another language, be speaking to them in so many terms. You'll be, whoa, who were you just now? Nah, that's that character I created. I mean, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you got to be careful now. They putting fentanyl even in the doggone dro, mixing it, trying to get you higher. And there's people passing out dead from smoking. It's not safe anymore. Yeah, weed is a gateway drug. Just because you didn't go through the gate, the majority of the other people did. They didn't just stop with weed. They tried a lot of different other things. Weed was just what got them through the door. Like I said, you're an exception to the rule. See, this dude, weed ain't a drug at all. Hey, okay. They thought so too. It used to be used for medical purposes, and then they realized that no, it was G15 classified. Then they gave it to us like a bomb. Kept you dumb. You were dumb and dumbed down, not paying attention in anything that's traveling and moving around the world. No, no more parties, no charity foundations, no complaining to the government for all of these things. They took funding away from your recreational centers. They took music out of the schools. They took all the arts. They snatched all of this under your nose. They had the meetings. Wasn't nobody down there to oppose. They was too busy getting high. So you can keep saying, no, no, that ain't the case. History had already told us for the years that's passed that was the case. Now they can get you to do syrup, take pills. Any man in his right mind, a black, you think they could have gave that to a black man in the 80s? Man, try this syrup or this pill. We'd have looked at that like, smack that in his damn face. Man, get that the hell out of here. I'm out of touch. No, I'm just cool. I don't have to worry about somebody trying to put fentanyl in my drugs because I don't do drugs. Is caffeine bad? Yeah, too much of it. Is sugar bad? Too much of it. Is fruit bad? Too much of it. Is wheat and grain and all this stuff bad? Yeah, too much of it. If you have too much of anything, it's bad for you. No, you need sugar in your blood. Too much of it can lead to diabetes. No, that's why they say your blood sugar level. Having sugar in your blood is normal. Now, when your sugar gets low, what happens? You're in trouble. Eating too much fruit is bad for you. If you keep eating tons of it, it's acidic. You have to have a balance. You have to have controlled meals. And he said, why am I judging something I haven't done? So you think you need to do something in order for it to be bad, right? Okay. So, you know, go suck somebody's penis then. You know, go do it. Since you need to know, you haven't done it. So maybe you need to go do it to see if you don't like it. Since you need to go, since that's what you can't knock it if you ain't tried it, guys. Right. Go on over there. Don't do that. See if you like it. And come back and let us know. Oh, you need to now you know you don't need to do that to not like it, right? That's a weak analogy. Oh well, damn. Go ahead, Reggie. Go and get your. You go, girl. Reggie, that's a weak analogy. Shoot, I just did that 20 minutes ago. Go on, girl. Go on, do your thing, Reggie. That's a weak analogy. All right, Reggie. Go on, do your thing. It's your world, girl. Go on, do your thing, Reggie. Mm-hmm. Well, I hope they can fix Ben Simmons. But what an NBA, everybody thinks the G League, that's a developmental league. This is a developmental camp. And what it really is a skill camp, which means they work on your skills. Steph Curry went to an NBA developmental skill camp before he even went to Dayton. When he was in high school, he was in LA going to these camps. So that's all it is. People think it's the G League. No. They're recommending Clutch Sports and Rich Paul basically then told them, and LeBron and all them, look, you ain't playing in the Olympics. So you might as well cancel that. He was gonna play for Australia in the Tokyo Olympics. That's over. You gotta go to skill camp now. Because your career is on the line. But I don't think it's not about because in camp, he'll be looking good, like hitting shots and stuff. It's his confidence. When the game is on the line, people they're very confident and everything until the game starts and then they become passive. He's not making people better on the court. I trust Maxey, a rookie. He had more basketball intelligence, more confidence, and was playing the game 10 times better than Ben Simmons. And he was making the game better. Because if you're not being aggressive, you're putting pressure on the other four guys, they got to cover for you. And that's not good. Well, people got to make decisions. You know, it's a lot of decisions people are going to have to make when they go through this. With Ben, are you developing him to improve him, to trade him? Because if you Joel Embiid, you're like, look, we're going through this every year, and I have to deal with this bitch ass nigga from Australia, this kangaroo nigga. He's causing me to lose games. It's supposed to be my MVP year, and it has to go to Jokic, all because I play with this kangaroo nigga. Now, you think Joel Embiid is going to be happy playing with him? Exactly. Well, anyway, this has been fun. I had a blast, but it's time to get ready. Remember, the Patreon, the Casino for Life Patreon is on fire right now. You saw what I put about Captain Jack and his wife, his ex-wife, and the legal documents. That's up there. And right now, I got to go check. I think one of these guys that's trying to hit me up is one of the little short, stocky guys that was in the fight with Jack. I got to make sure. You know, it's a lot of frauds out here, so we'll see what happens. But I think he's trying to link up with me or something. Somebody was saying that, so let me go check on that.